My friends, welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a wonderful weekend and a great day in the market today. Just got back from Las Vegas, I don't know, a few hours ago. Jumped off the plane, went and coached classes this evening. So my brain is fried, but I promised a video today to kind of take a look at the move today for AMC. So that's what we're going to do. I'll try to keep it short. You guys know the deal. Before we get started, everything that I do and say is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing I say is financial advice. I always want everybody, whether it is, you follow me on Twitter, whether you're in my Discord, or even for me personally, always do what makes the most sense for you and your portfolio. You're going to be the one stuck with it at the end of the day. So make good choices. So let's take a look. So right now, at our current range, we're kind of getting up here into sort of the supply area where AMC has been rejected off of 1, 2, and 3 times so far. That's the bad news. If we come out here just a little bit further, I'm going to go back to the hour-long chart. So we're meeting up with what was solid support before our run to 34, before we had that real low volume spring that took us up to 34. Right here in kind of this 1450 area was solid support all the way from January 24th all the way until we broke it March 11th, then came back up, retested, and then left. So let's call it March 16th from January 11th. So basically 2 months worth of support. So the first time when we pushed up to 16 and we got rejected off of it. So now we're coming up and we're actually touching and testing it again. So my best guess, and what I always say on my channel and for everybody, is the way I approach my TA is what do I think is the most likely thing to happen. And what I think is the most likely thing to happen is we're probably going to get pushed back down here, okay? Now, could we, push on through and everything like that? Absolutely, but I think a push down to cool off a little bit makes a lot of sense. So let's kind of look at what I think that might be. Today's volume was good volume. It was above average volume, but it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't 150 million or, 200 million. So right here, we pretty much are getting rejected. Let me get rid of this orange line. But, shocker that the orange line that I had drawn is also the 236 of the local fib. So we pretty much got rejected right around that 236. So coming down and retesting the 382 at 1366 or even 1291 at the 0.5. Retesting the 1291 to me makes the most sense because that was clearly right here and right here, some pretty strong resistance. So essentially making a move where we come back down here. We might even get a soft bounce here. If we do get a soft bounce here, I definitely think we'll come down here. And then hopefully once we get down here around this 1291 to the 0.5, then we start making our way back up, maybe one more push-off retest before starting to move back up. So I think that's more than likely the shape that we are going to see moving forward. Now, the market is really green or anything like that. We definitely could see, a strong push past that. The next big level after that is going to be 16 for me for a lot of different reasons. I think once we get past 16, I think we will be seeing, that 1850-19 range relatively quickly. So we're definitely at a point where it's, a little bit of Fisher cut bait. So if we go over here and we look at the RSI, I tweeted this out earlier today. So the RSI, it started getting pretty overcooked up here. You can go back here and historically, somebody was tweeting at me like, it doesn't matter, man. RSI doesn't matter anymore at certain points. And I'm just like, look at it. It absolutely matters. Now, can it cool off and push back up and everything like that? Of course it can. Because does that mean, the move is over and it's not sustained anymore? Absolutely not. But to say it doesn't matter is just crazy. So if the RSI needs to cool off, once again, coming back down here to the 382 makes a lot of sense. If we look over here on more of a micro time frame, like if we come down from right here, measure this move right here, we all know that Amy really likes those 786 on short time frames, so that brings us down to like $12.14. But look, the golden pocket pretty much lines up with the 1290 range. So that's basically 1270. So somewhere in that ballpark, I think is going to be most likely. Obviously, once again, big push up today, but overall, guys, let's look at the volume. If you followed me long enough, you know the deal. I always say, volume is king. And and it's just, this volume just, I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not great, And look at the volume. When we move to 16, look at some of these hourly candles here, way above, especially on some of the, those bigger pushes and everything like that. So it's not, once again, it's not bad volume. Let's go out here and look at the daily chart. Daily RSI is just now getting above that neutral territory, above the 50, so there's definitely room to run on the daily. So, once again, look at the volume. Above average for sure. Definitely more above average than what we have been, but just nothing fantastic. The reality is this right here, this white line is the big bear trend, that we need to get over, which is currently right around that $22 area, which if you followed my cycle chart long enough, you know why that's important. Okay, this video I'm not going to be pulling up the cycle chart or anything like that. So good move today, nice little 13% day, but volume very suspect. RSI on shorter time frames getting very hot. 15 minutes started to cool off a little bit, so it could certainly curl back up from here. So that actually looks better than I thought that it would. The 1 hour is still a little overbought, but not too bad. So definitely room for more of a run, but I think the most likely thing is a pullback. Now from here, as long as we keep, wrong line. Let me get the extended line over here. So pretty much so long as we keep this trend intact, then overall this AMC move is going to be bullish. If you followed me long enough, you always know how I talk about how, a stock is like a lung. It needs moments of breathing out, moving up, and then, breathing in, contracting, pull back. So even if it came all the way back down here and pulled, that would be like right around $12. Yeah, so even if it came down here, bounced off right around $12, overall the move to me would still be very bullish. But AMC, once again, very strong today, and especially in what the overall market looked like. So it looked good, but this is just not the type of volume that is going to lead to a much bigger move, in my opinion. Obviously, I could be wrong. Happy to be wrong. But if we, just look, at some of the volume. Let me just put this line up here again. So if we look at some of the volume right here, that we had even leading to, our run to 34 and everything like that, much stronger than anything that we're getting right now. So if we push up, if we come up towards 16 and we don't have good volume, then I would imagine a rejection would happen at that point in time. If we push through 16 with good volume, then I'd be looking for that like $18.50 to $19 range, somewhere in there. But overall, once again, decent move, but I'm really preaching cautious optimism. There's a lot to be excited about, but also a lot to be not nervous about. But there's a lot to be, once again, just not writing home to mama telling her, quit your job or anything along those lines. Get rid of that. So, but if we go over here and we look at the Bollinger Bands, you can see another reason why we got rejected today here. We were getting out of the top side of the Bollinger Bands. Once you get out of the top side, once again, most likely thing is to come back to the moving average on it. That moving average is, wow, shocker, $12.77. So I think a pullback to that $12.90, $12.77 level is going to be the most likely thing that we see. Now, could it push a little bit higher tomorrow and then towards the end of the week we get drained down to that area? Absolutely. So, with these Bollinger Bands, you can tell, we want low volume before big moves. So, got really tight, big move up. Really tight, big move down. Really tight, right? who knows what's going to happen right now. But I like what I'm seeing, but we got to be cautiously optimistic once again. Right here, low volume consolidation, big move happens. So that's what's great about the Bollinger Bands. So just keeping an eye on all of that. I promise you I'll go super bull mode whenever I think it's time. Today was a nice move, but we've got to keep our feet on the floor until there's a reason for them not to be. So I like what I'm seeing, but cautious optimism. Please don't, full port YOLO, a bunch of calls or anything like that. Or if you are crazy enough to do that, when you see green, take it. All right. But overall, things are looking good. Let's be cautious. But once again, I'll take 13% green day over a 13% red day any day of the week. So once again, there's still room to push up tomorrow before maybe a drain the rest of the week. It may start a pullback tomorrow. Honestly, the most bullish thing, what I would like to see is a pullback tomorrow, kind of touch in here, around some of these, moving averages and everything like that before pushing back up. The EMAs, let me get rid of the Bollinger Bands. So did just slightly recover the 50-day moving average. That's awesome. There's no doubt in my mind we'd probably get rejected off or around that $100, right around that $16.50. So like I said, the overall move is we're heading upward. The overall move is bullish. And it's just, like I said, I saw a whole lot of this is it today. And I don't think this is it. Not yet. All right. So let's see what the market does the rest of the week. Cautious optimism. Don't full port your portfolio. But at the end of the day, don't listen to me. Do what's best for you. So I hope you have a great day. And I guess the day's almost over. So I hope you had a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you in the morning. Have a great day, everybody.